Greetings, mighty companions. Anna Kujawa here, and today we are doing A Course in Miracles, the Complete and Annotated Edition of A Course in Miracles. And where we are at today is Chapter 5, Section 1. So we are starting a new chapter today, which is a miracle. I have been in Chapter 4 for what seems like a couple of years. It seems like forever. And so we are starting a new chapter today. Let's see, I'm trying to get my music going on here again. Let's see what I gotta do. And as soon as it went live, the music went out. So where we are at, we are in the annotated edition of A Course in Miracles. Hi, everybody. Okay, so let's see. What's going on with my music? All right. So we are in the annotated edition of A Course in Miracles. This is the latest expression of A Course in Miracles, and it is a big purple book. And what's different and new about this edition of A Course in Miracles is it includes 45,000 words that came through the scribe Helen Schuckman that were left out of the first two editions. There was so much material that was left out of the first two editions that I wanted to teach this edition starting in Chapter 1 so that I could experience and learn the new / original material myself. So, and with all my classes, all of the reason that I teach is so that I can learn it myself. That's why I'm doing this. Course in Miracles teaches us that the only way to learn something, and the only way to have something is to give it. And so I share this Course in Miracles so that I can remember it, so that I can learn it. So that's why I do what I do here. Hi, hello, beautiful Carrie. Lovely to see you, my friend. Thank you. And hi, Stephanie. And hi, Patricia. Lovely to see you all. I love having your energy, the idea of you, which is magnificent, in this co-creating this healing circle. So thank you so much for using your precious, precious time to co-create this healing circle that not only benefits us, but also benefits the world that so needs it at this time, like all the time. So welcome, Mohammed. Lovely to have you in our healing circle today as well. And hi, Les. Yes, Les, as I teach, therefore I learn. Exactly, yes. Some ancient philosopher said that just now. So we are starting a new chapter, and it's Chapter 5, Section 1, and the name of this section is, dun-dun-dun. Well, the name of the chapter, interestingly enough, is the Holy Spirit. Okay, great. It's a whole chapter. But the name of this section is called Being Wholly Joyous. Wow, what's that? Being wholly joyous. Is that really possible? According to A Course in Miracles, yes, it is. And so we're going to hear about that. And what it's going to talk about is the connection between happiness and healing. And so if you are in need of a healing or some healing in any area of your life right now, then this could be of special importance, because this is telling us about the true nature of healing. So wherever you are needing healing in your life, where is it you are needing healing in your life? This section is going to talk about the attitudes that promote healing, what the attitudes, the emotions that bring about healing, how healing comes about, what is healing, what are the conditions for healing. According to A Course in Miracles, all you need to do is allow the conditions in which healing can occur to occur, and then healing occurs of itself. So we're going to hear about what is the emotional condition of healing. So be thinking about the areas of your life where you need healing as we go through this today. Wonderful. And if you have questions, feel free to type your questions out, type them in all caps so catch my eye. And I love and appreciate and welcome your feedback and your comments. I love that energy. Remember, this is a co-creation. These gatherings, these classes are co-creations. And so this is something we are co-creating for our own healing and also for the healing of the world. Okay. Course in Miracles says the healers of the world, their only purpose is to join with other people in the purpose of healing the world. That's our only purpose. And so when we do this, we really are fulfilling our function as healers for the world and healers for the planet. So you can feel good about that. Wonderful. And then Les says, wow, it's actually possible for me to be joyous. That's a miracle. Yeah, the name of this is being wholly joyous, being totally happy, being completely happy. Now, luckily, we don't have to understand how that is accomplished or even believe it's possible for us to experience the benefits, the healing of even just that idea of being completely happy. Now, here's what it says. It says to heal is to make happy. Okay, great. Right out the bat, it tells you what healing is. It is to make happy. It is happiness. When you are happy, you are experiencing healing. Okay, so that is what healing is. To heal is to make happy. When you are experiencing happiness, you are naturally healing. Beautiful. So wherever it is that you're needing healing, that is someplace where you are not experiencing happiness. Good to know. Then it says, I told you once to think how many opportunities you have had to gladden yourself. And I have also told you to think about how many opportunities to gladden yourself that you refused. Okay. Now, why is it that our teacher has been reminding us, I want you to think about how many opportunities you've had to gladden yourself, to make yourself happy, that you actually refused. Why is our teacher asking us to think about that? Well, that's because you refusing opportunities to gladden yourself is the same as telling you that you have refused to heal yourself. Okay, so first of all, it's a good reminder that everything that is going on is an opportunity to gladden yourself, even though it doesn't look like that. There's something about this situation that is an opportunity. An opportunity to what? An opportunity to gladden yourself, to experience happiness, to experience joy. Wow, doesn't look like that, does it? But what it's saying is that you have been offered many opportunities to gladden yourself. And each time you didn't see that what was going on was an opportunity to gladden yourself, you refused that opportunity, and that is an opportunity that you refused to heal yourself. Wow. So if you want to experience a healing in any area of your life right now, then one thing you can do, as per this section, is to go, no matter what this looks like to me, no matter what story my fearful, angry, guilty mind is telling me about what's going on, the truth about what's going on, what truth says about what's going on, is this is an opportunity to make myself happy. This is an opportunity to heal myself. So, Spirit, I'm asking for your eyes and your vision to see this situation in which I am not experiencing happiness as an opportunity to gladden myself and to heal myself. Okay. Now, if you are looking at a situation like this is a fantastic opportunity to heal, to experience healing. This is a perfect opportunity to experience healing because look, what I need healing of is up in my face. Here it is, live and in person right in front of me. What a fantastic opportunity. Because most of the time, your fearful, angry, guilty thoughts and beliefs are buried. And they're buried in your subconscious mind. You're not seeing them in such stark relief. So anytime that your beliefs are right there, front and central, in live and technicolor, is the best opportunity you could have to heal those beliefs, to change those beliefs, which for sure would gladden you, would make you happier, because those beliefs are making you unhappy. So that's the first thing we want to do, practically speaking, if you're experiencing a situation right now where you are not experiencing joy, where you are not experiencing healing and joy, is to recognize it as an opportunity. Come again. This is my opportunity. Come again. This is an offering. This is an opportunity to correct, to allow my perceptions, which used to be unconscious, to be corrected. That's a wonderful opportunity to heal myself, which would automatically make me happier. So that's what we want to be, that's the way we want to be interpreting these situations where we are not experiencing happiness in, so that we can stop refusing to heal ourselves. Stop refusing this opportunity to heal yourself and to gladden yourself. Stop refusing to recognize the opportunity. Stop refusing to heal yourself. Recognize the opportunity that has been presented to you once again, so that where you made a faulty choice before, you can make a better one now and gladden yourself and heal yourself. Gladdening yourself and healing yourself are the same. All right, beautiful. So, Irene, hello Irene to you, and hi Carly, lovely to see you. And Les says, I'll take a double dip of Glad with sprinkles. Thank you, dear Anna, and thank you, Les. Thank you, Les. Okay, so great. So then it says that the light that belongs in you, the light belongs in me, is merely the light of joy. Okay, great. So there is a light that is within me. Interesting how we all hear about there's a light in you, there's a light in me. This says the light that belongs in you. So there's a light that belongs in me. Are you sure about that? Course in Miracles, yes, there is the light that belongs in you is merely the light of joy. Wow. So we've heard a lot of things said about the light in us, the light of God, the light of truth, the light of peace. This is saying that the light that belongs in us, that is inherent in us, it is put in us, it's built in us. This light that belongs in us, that's built in, is the light of joy. So that means everybody has the light of joy within them. Everybody, whether you recognize that or not, whether they recognize that or not, there is a light within you and everyone that belongs in you. It was put there by your Creator, and it is the light of joy. Wonderful. Good to hear that I have joy within me, that even if I don't recognize that, they have the light of joy within them, even if they don't recognize it. Very good thing to remember. Now, it says radiance is not associated with sorrow. Indeed, don't associate radiance with sorrow. And it says depression is often contagious. indeed. But although depression may affect those who come in contact with the depression, these folks who come in contact with the depression, they don't yield to the depression's influence wholeheartedly. Okay? So basically saying that yes, depression is contagious, but those who are susceptible to that depression, they will succumb to that depression, but not willingly. Nobody is like, oh, I'm so happy this depressed person just came around me. I'm so happy that I caught their depression. It's so wonderful. People may catch your depression, or you may catch their depression, but you're not going to catch it and succumb to it willingly. All right. So, and it says, but joy calls forth an integrated willingness to share in it. So, although someone may succumb to your depression, they're not going to do so willingly. But your joy, it says your joy calls forth a wholehearted willingness, an integrated willingness to share in that joy. And so to share in it, and thus promotes the mind's natural impulse to respond as one. Beautiful. So when you are experiencing joy, when you are experiencing the natural joy that belongs in you, that's associated with radiance, when people experience that, they have a wholehearted response to that. They have an integrated, which means a wholehearted desire to respond as one with you when they experience your joy. So your joy calls forth from people an integrated willingness to share joy. So when you're experiencing joy, people want to join with you wholeheartedly. They want to join with you when they experience your joy. In other words, when people experience your joy, the joy that belongs in you, that's associated with radiance, it promotes their mind's natural impulse to respond as one. Wow. Okay. So, very interesting what it's saying here about the mind. Saying that our mind, what's natural for our mind, is to respond as one. That's natural for our mind to go, we're one, beautiful, I'm so happy about that, it feels so good. That's natural. The mind that responds as one to the joy of another, that is a mind that is being natural. And when a mind is expressing its natural impulse to respond as one, that mind is joyous, and that mind is healing. All right, so you can see here that when you are depressed, people may catch your depression, but it is not going to inspire their mind to naturally respond as one to you. Okay? And so you will not be extending healing. They won't be experiencing healing in your presence, and you won't be experiencing healing. Okay? So talking about the difference between joy and depression. Okay, so wonderful. So I love that. So basically, the way that you really heal other people is not to try to figure out how to change them and how to fix them and how to convince them that they're wrong and you're right. It's not to show them what to do. Really, the way you heal other people is just by being happy, just by experiencing the joy that is natural to you, that belongs in you. And that joy, by the way, is radiant. It's so beautiful. You don't have to figure out how to fix people. You don't have to figure out how to change people. What a relief. what a wonderful way to save your energy. Okay, we all want to be helpful. We all want to do good. We all want to be a healing influence on others and in the world. But we don't know how to do that. We have learned that healing others means to somehow change them or fix them ourselves. This is saying something very different. That when you healing other people means you are in your own natural joy, and your own natural joy inspires or promotes their willingness to respond as one. They want to be one with you when they experience the radiance of your joy. Now, them responding to you naturally with a desire to be one with you because you're so radiantly joyous, that heals them. And you didn't do anything except experience your own natural joy. The joy that belongs in you, that was built into you by your Creator. Wow. So don't have to figure out how to heal people. All we have to do is ask ourselves, what will it take for me to experience the joy that belongs in me, that was built into me when I was created? Okay. Now ask yourself that question, and not only will you be experiencing your own joy, but you'll be automatically, naturally, effortlessly promoting others' healing as they see the radiance, as they experience the radiance, the warmth and the radiance of your natural joy. Well, that's just such a radical concept to begin with. The idea that joy is something within me. Wow. We are all taught that joy is something you gotta find, you gotta create it yourself, you gotta go find it, you gotta figure out where it is, you gotta figure out what it is, and you gotta get yourself some, and then you gotta figure out how to keep it. Okay. That's what we all learned about happiness and joy. And the Course in Miracles is saying something very different. The Course in Miracles is saying it's built in, it belongs in you. All you have to do is find the blocks. All you have to do is find the blocks to the joy that's already there. The peace and the joy that is already in you. It belongs in you, okay? Which means that no matter what you do, or no matter what you've been through, no matter what's going on right now, nothing can take that from you. And that at any moment, no matter what's going on, you can access that and then experience the radiance that comes from that automatically, naturally promotes people's willingness and desire to respond as one to you, which heals them. How beautiful is that? I love it. Ashley says, our healing is one. Yes. And Ashley also says, healing happens by loving myself. Exactly. That's right. Happiness is self-love. Same thing. Because happiness and love are one. And then Les says, joy was built into me when I was created. Beautiful. All right. So again, we're talking about the connection between healing and happiness. Healing and joy. And we are saying, in whatever area of life we are in need of healing, that is an area where we are not experiencing or accessing the joy that's built into us. We're experiencing depression. So in any area of life where you are needing healing, there is a presence somewhere of some sadness, depression of some kind. Okay? So that's such good information, because in any area where we're needing healing, that's where we want to look at it and go, all right, what's blocking my joy here? What is blocking my natural joy here? What's going on there? What's my block to the joy in this situation, in this relationship? And as you explore and look at that question and remove the blocks to the joy, then you are removing the blocks to the healing. Okay? Now, also, remember they was saying here is that depression is not recognizing what's going on as another opportunity to gladden yourself or to heal yourself. I'm depressed about this. I'm upset about this. I feel sad and angry in this because I don't recognize it as a blessed opportunity to gladden myself and to heal myself. I am seeing it not like that. I'm seeing it as, why does this keep happening to me? Who's to blame? What's wrong with me? What's their problem? What's my problem? Okay, so one of the blocks, we were saying, one of the blocks to the joy is you calling it wrong, you framing it incorrectly. The correct interpretation of the situation, which will remove the blocks to the joy, is, I'm so grateful for this wonderful opportunity to gladden myself and to heal myself that blessedly, gratefully has come around again. Maybe this time, I will recognize it for what it is, and I will use it as an opportunity to gladden myself, to make myself happy, to heal myself. Beautiful. And then once you have allowed that, your radiance that is associated with joy naturally and effortlessly promotes other people's, it promotes their mind's natural impulse to respond as one. The mind has a natural impulse to respond as one. Everyone wants to respond as one. It feels good when you respond to somebody, happy to be one with them because they're so radiant, they're so beautiful, they're so loving, and you have this like, oh, I want to be one with you. That is healing, and that feels the best of all, right? So that is how ultimately that we heal each other. We promote other people's minds' natural impulse to respond as one. Okay, beautiful. Hi, Melanie, and hi, Renu, and hi, Celeste. Lovely to see you all beautiful. Speaking of radiance, speaking of radiant joy, all y'all have that radiant joy that whenever I'm around, my mind naturally responds as one. And so wonderful to see you here, because that's exactly what happens for me when I'm with you, and that's why it's always been so very healing to be with you guys. So wonderful. Okay, question. Les is wondering, how will I know for sure when I am healed? Great question. All right, what it says that joy is associated with radiance, not sorrow. So you will know when you are healed because you won't be depressed. You will be experiencing joy, and you'll know that you have joy because there's radiance. Okay, if there's no radiance, there's no real joy, and that lets you know it lets you know you've refused to heal yourself. Each time you've refused an opportunity to gladden yourself, you've refused an opportunity to heal yourself. And radiance is always associated with joy. So if there's no radiance, if there's not people around you who naturally, joyously want to join and be one with you, then you're not experiencing joy, which means you're not experiencing healing. So look for the clues, look for the signs. Is there joy? Is there radiance? Is there people around you who naturally want to join and be one with you? Okay? If so, then you have accepted the opportunity to gladden yourself and heal yourself, and you're fulfilling your function. Beautiful. Okay. Hi, Marjorie. Lovely to see you. Okay, great. So we're talking about healing and happiness. All right. Now, so then it says this in paragraph 2. It says, those who attempt to heal without being wholly joyous themselves are calling forth different kinds of responses at the same time. And when you are calling forth different responses at the same time, then you are depriving others of the joy of responding wholeheartely. All right, beautiful. So this is for us as healers and teachers. They're saying that if you're trying to heal, but you're trying to heal from a place of not joy, okay, you're trying to heal, but you're not wholly joyous yourself, then you're going to call forth different kinds of responses at the same time, okay? And in other words, so that people like want to be healed or they want to join, but they're not really feeling your joy, so it's really not promoting their mind's natural impulse to respond as one, because you're not really so joyous yourself, and when you're not joyous yourself, you're not that radiant, you're not that attractive to people. People aren't just like, we're one, awesome. Okay? So when you're trying to heal, but you're not wholly joyous, then you're going to get mixed responses. You're going to get some fear, and you're going to get something else. Okay? You're going to get what? Confusion. Exactly. You're going to get little fear, little love, you're going to get mixed responses. Okay? So people are like, yeah, I want to be healed, but I'm not so sure. I don't know. I got something else to do right now. Now, when you are calling forth mixed responses from people, in other words, opposite responses at the same time from people, because you're trying to heal without being wholly joyous yourself, you are going to be depriving people of what? The joy of responding wholeheartedly. All right. So what heals people, what feels the best for people is when they can respond with their whole heart to you. Not like, yeah, maybe I like what you're saying, but I don't know, I'm kind of not feeling it. When people are wholehearted, when they respond with their whole heart, they're not holding anything back. That feels the best. That's real joy. When you're experiencing something with your whole heart and you're responding with your whole heart to something, yes, wholeheartedly, that is joyous, and that's what heals people. But people can't respond with a whole heart to you when you're trying to heal, but you're not wholly joyous yourself. All right. So, and to be wholehearted, you must be happy. Why is that? That's because if fear and love cannot coexist, and if it's impossible to be wholly fearful and remain alive, then the only possible whole state is that of love. Okay? So if, responding with your whole heart is like having an integrated mind, an integrated consciousness, whole heart, whole mind, not holding anything back. Wholehearted means I'm not split I'm one-minded. I'm wholehearted, okay? I'm not holding something back. I'm not reserved. I'm not split in my mind. I'm not split in my heart. Okay, so let's just say this then, that so the only whole state has to be of love. Okay, now, yeah, okay, great. So let's just say that you want to offer healing, you want to be helpful, but you notice you're not wholly joyous at the moment. What should you do? Okay, if you have an impulse to be healing or to be helpful to somebody, ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Am I wholehearted right now? Am I wholly joyous right now? Am I coming from a place of wholehearted joy? Or am I feeling uncertain, afraid, confused, conflicted? If you are feeling anything but wholehearted joy with your whole heart, then instead of trying to be helpful at that moment or trying to offer healing in that moment, that's the moment where you need to recognize that you are calling for healing. You are in need of healing yourself, and to ask for that, to ask for the correction of your perception from the great corrector of perception, otherwise known as Spirit. Great Spirit, Holy Spirit, awesome Spirit, whatever you would like to call your higher mind, your higher self. Okay. Awesome. So, and then again, let's say you want to be healing influence, but you notice that you're not feeling wholehearted in joy yourself, then that is the moment to ask yourself, what is my block to joy right now? What is it that I am not wholehearted about right now? Why is it that I'm not experiencing joy with my whole heart? What is it that's holding my joy back? And what would it take for me to be wholehearted right now relative to joy? Oh, I get it. I'm not wholehearted, I'm not wholly joyous right now because I am not recognizing this situation as an opportunity to heal myself, to heal my not wholeheartedness. Okay? Am I in something that I'm not wholehearted about? Okay? What is it right now in my life that I'm not wholehearted about it? I'm just not. I'm half-hearted about it. Kind of in, kind of out. And so ask yourself those questions, and whatever it is that comes up for you, share that with your higher mind. Share that with your healer and your teacher who was created to correct that not wholeheartedness, who was created to help you to remove those blocks to a wholehearted joy. All right, beautiful. Now, then it says something very interesting as well, and it says, there is no difference between love and joy. Very different, okay? So if you say you have experiencing joy, but you're not experiencing love, you're not experiencing joy. If you say you're experiencing love, but you're not experiencing joy, then you're not really experiencing real love, okay? Because they go together. Love and joy are one, okay? So that whole thing of like, well, I love you, but I would like to strangle you right now, that is not a true statement. A more true statement would be, I'm afraid of you right now. I am not recognizing my relationship with you right now as an opportunity to gladden myself and heal myself. And so I am depressed here. I'm afraid right now. And I'm asking for healing and correction. All right. Now that would be a more true statement and also a productive perception as well. But love and joy are one. You know why? Because they both come from the same source. And so whatever comes from the one source, the same source is one. So that's why love and joy are one. All right. Now, so it says, which means that therefore the only possible whole state is the wholly joyous. Okay? You can't have a whole mind and be depressed. You can't be wholly and completely afraid. Okay? You can't be wholly afraid with your whole mind, according to A Course in Miracles. The only whole, which means integrated state of mind, is a state of joyousness. Now, why is that? That your mind can never be wholly and completely afraid or depressed. Okay? Your mind can never be wholeheartedly afraid. Your mind cannot. Now, your mind can be wholeheartedly joyous and loving, but your mind can never be wholly afraid or wholly depressed. Why? Because your mind was created by love. Your mind was created by joy. So no matter what you try to put inside of your mind, there will always be a part of your mind that is for joy, that is for peace, that is for love. And so your mind cannot ever be wholly and completely afraid. How beautiful is that? What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing for me to hear, because one of the ways that I deceive myself, one of the things I get depressed about, is that when I have fear and guilt and depression going on, my ego believes that that's all there is. That's all that's real, that's all that's going on, and oh my God, and all the rest was the illusion, all the love, the joy. So it seems sometimes that when you're upset and afraid, that's all of what you are. That's all of what's in your mind. And the Course in Miracles is saying that that's impossible. And that's the good news. Because if, no matter how afraid and depressed you may feel at the moment, just remembering that there's some part of your mind that is still for love, that is still, that peace is still there. That is just enough to fan the flame of memory of the love and the peace and the joy that belongs in your mind, that was built into your mind. Okay. So, in other words, your mind can't be wholly and completely for fear or depression. Beautiful. Demi says, mind created for blissful, unconditional joy versus ego and fear. Exactly. How wonderful to be reminded that our minds were built by joy. Our minds were built for joy. Joy was built in, and that joy will always belong in our minds. Our minds belong to joy. They belong to peace. That is the natural state of our minds. The reason that is such a miracle to remember, why that's so productive and healing to remember, is because if your mind was created by and for joy, and that your mind, the joy belongs in your mind, that means that in any moment, in any situation, you can access that wholehearted joy, no matter what is going on. And what this section is saying is that any and every situation that arises, no matter what the world says about it, really is an opportunity to recognize within yourself a joy and a love that is permanent, that is unshakable. Okay? And the reason that situation has come around again is because in the past, a situation came around like that with different characters, same theme, where you threw your joy away, where you denied joy. You said, oh, because of this situation, I can't have joy. And oh, because of this situation, I can't have love. I can't love myself in a situation like this. So I'm going to deny my self-love. I'm going to deny my joy because of this situation. Okay. Okay. Oh, don't worry, because guess what? Now that situation, relationship's going to come back around again. Why? So that you have another opportunity to recognize that the love and the joy that's in you was built in. Can't get rid of it. You always deserve it, and you can access it and remember it and use it in all times, in all situations, in all places, in all relationships, because this love, this peace, this joy, because it comes from source, is unshakable. Now, that's what we're here to learn. And that's why he's saying in the beginning, where our teacher says, I have asked you to think about how many opportunities you have had to gladden yourself and to heal yourself that you refused. Okay? He's asking us to think about that, because that is why every situation is come around. This isn't the first time this situation has ever come around. This situation has been coming around time after time after time, so that you'll have another opportunity to gladden yourself, to recognize that there's a love and a joy in you that's unshakable, that cannot be shaken, that cannot be lost, that cannot be taken from you. There is no situation, no mistake that you could make that would take from you, that would make you unworthy of this joy, this love, this peace. And if you think there is, then guess what? You're going to get that situation again and again and again. So, how would you like for this go around of this particular problem to be the last go around? How would you like that? How would you like this round of global pandemic to be the last time this opportunity to gladden yourself comes around? How would you like for this financial challenge that has come around, opportunity, to be the last time it needs to come around again? I would love that. I would love for this to be the last time I need that financial challenge, that relationship challenge, that health challenge, that global pandemic challenge to come around again. Okay, so that means that right now what I want to do is go, okay, I'm so happy this opportunity to realize that there's a love and a joy within me that's unshakable. And I'm so glad this opportunity has come again so I can recognize that. I'm so grateful. Thank you, God. That's so great. Okay. Now, even just as I say that out loud, I notice this big smile on my face and this radiance. Just even recognizing the situation, the problem, for what it really is, an opportunity to gladden myself and to heal myself. Just recognizing that makes me happy. And that was not me even doing anything. That's just me recognizing the truth. And that's what A Course in Miracles says about this healing curriculum. This healing curriculum is talking about how just recognizing the truth, it makes you happy and also heals you. Whatever makes you happy heals you. And whenever you are happy, you naturally and effortlessly promote other people's minds' natural impulse to respond as one, which means heals them. Okay, so beautiful. Course in Miracles is such a brilliant. It's so obvious that it's a curriculum that comes from not around here, because it asks so little and it offers so much. Course in Miracles says never has a curriculum offered so much and asked so little. So you need do nothing. It just takes a little willingness to see things in a new way. And that when you're seeing something in a different way, that you've interpreted it from your depression, that's what A Course in Miracles calls a miracle, a shift in perception, a shift in interpretation. Like for instance, here's a situation. I'm really tempted to be depressed about it, but I heard A Course in Miracles say, even though you don't recognize it, this is an opportunity to gladden yourself. Come back around for you. That's a shift in interpretation, a shift in perspective, and that's a miracle whenever that occurs. And that's what makes us happy. All right. Okay. Now, all right. And then don't forget the part about responding wholeheartedly, with your whole heart, holding nothing back. Okay? Whenever you are wholehearted, okay, then you have an integrated mind. When you are wholehearted, your mind's natural impulse to respond as one. Being wholehearted, my mind is expressing its natural impulse to respond as one. I am wholehearted. I am responding with a desire to be one. Not like, holding back a little bit, like I'll just take a wait and see attitude. So, if you are experiencing a situation where you're experiencing depression, or sickness or lack, then ask yourself, what is it about this situation that is blocking me from responding wholeheartedly? Why is my whole heart not in it? Okay, ask yourself that question. All right, beautiful. Jimmy says, true blue, wholehearted. Love it. And Les says, joy is natural. Denying and blocking my joy, blank. Well, fill in the blank, exactly. Ashley says, I am responding with the desire to be one. Yes. When you are responding with the desire to be one, that's what it means to be wholehearted. You are wholeheartedly saying, yes, I want to join with you. That is the healing emotion. It heals your mind and it heals your heart. And also it promotes other people's healing as well. So beautiful. Now we're going to paragraph 3. And I so love and appreciate y'all's feedback. It feels really good. I can feel y'all's natural impulse to respond as one. And it feels so good. Okay, so thank you for that. Now, paragraph 3. To heal or to make joyous is therefore the same as to integrate and make one. Okay? So, saying the same thing is that when your mind when your mind's natural impulse to respond as one is occurring, then when you're responding as one, you are integrating. That's you integrating. Why? Because you're not split. When you're wholeheartedly responding as one, then you're not split. Your mind isn't split between this desire and that desire. You have one desire, and that is to be one with this radiant joy that you are perceiving. Okay? Now, when you are responding as one, then it's making your mind one. And when your mind is one, which means not split between two opposite desires or emotions, then that is a naturally healing state of mind. You don't have to do anything else after that. You don't have to take another pill or do another exercise program or another diet. You will experience healing. Okay? A mind that is one is healing to the body and everything else. All right. It says, I'll say that sentence again. Says to heal or to make joyous is therefore the same as to integrate and to make one. To heal, to make joyous is the same as to integrate, to make one. Okay. It says that is why it makes no difference to what part or by what part of the family of God that the healing is done, that the joy is offered to. Right? Because healing makes one. So it doesn't matter if the healing is offered to this person or that person or this person in that part of the world or this person in that part of the world. It don't matter, because when you offer healing, you're making one. That means one. So that means you can give healing to one and everyone experiences the healing. To heal is to make one. And that's why it don't matter where you offer the healing or the joy or the love, because you just made one. So isn't that beautiful? So it's wonderful to remember that healing is very holographic. So when you offer joy and healing to one person, you really are actually, literally, not just metaphorically, offering it to everybody. Because why? Because to offer joy is to make one. So remember that, especially when your ego is telling you that, oh, my contribution doesn't really matter at all. Sure, I've, helped a few people here and there. I've offered love and joy to some people, but, it's only like a few. And what good is that? What value does my part have to play? Really. Only, I've only offered healing to a few people. So remember this when you are tempted by that voice. When you're tempted by the voice that tells you, well, just give up. Who cares? You're just one person doing a little nothing to something. So just give up. Okay. Anybody recognize that voice? You should just give up anyway. You're not doing much good for that many people. Okay. Good. Greg says yes. Okay. Me, yes. All the time. I hear that voice all the time. Okay. And sometimes, and it is the voice of depression for sure. And it's the voice that says that if you're only helping, a few people here and there, that you don't really have that much value to the whole world. You're not really doing that much. So just give up and just go for some more bodily pleasure or some more distraction, because who cares? You're not doing that much. This is saying the opposite. This is saying that when you offer that joy, when you offer that healing to one, you really are offering it to all. Why? Because to heal or to make joyous is to make one. Okay? Meaning you are giving it to all. So to give wholeheartedly of joy to one is to give healing to all. That is the truth. It's also supported and backed up by quantum physics. So our Course in Miracles is telling that. The quantum physics science is telling us that. And that's the thing we need to remember when the voice for depression is telling us to give up, you know, and just to go for, you know, the quickly passing and ephemeral joys and pleasures of the world, which pass quickly and have a very high price to pay, that you will pay in coins of suffering. So just remember that. Renu says, Anna, I want to heal the world with God and you. Thank you, Renu. Me too. We are one in that desire. We are one in that desire to offer healing to the world. And I'm so happy to hear that what it means to heal the world is to be wholehearted in my own joy, in my own joy. That's what it really means. And I love hearing that, because it takes so much of that burden off of me of thinking I gotta figure out how to heal the world. You know, I don't know how to heal the world. You know, I barely even know how to take care of myself. So I feel so released from that burden. You know, I want to be the light of the world. I want to heal the world. But I tell myself, that's just too much. I'm only one person. And besides, I don't even know how I would even begin that. And there's so many problems in the world. And the world is so big. And the problems are so many and so complex. And then I just get overwhelmed. And then I just do nothing. So I'm so happy to hear this section, as it takes that burden off of me and reminds me that my wholehearted joy is what promotes other people's minds' natural desire to respond as one, natural impulse to respond as one. And as they respond as one, as per their natural impulse of their mind, they are automatically healed, meaning made happy. To heal is to make happy. Beautiful. So wherever I need healing is where I am not. Wherever I need healing is where I have refused an opportunity to gladden myself. Okay, good to know. All right. Now, it says, so basically, that is why, so to heal, I'm going to go back because this all goes together. To heal or to make joyous is therefore the same as to integrate and to make one. And that's why it makes no difference to what part or by what part of the family of God the healing is done or the joy is offered. That's because every part of the family of God benefits whenever you have offered healing, whenever you have radiated your joy. And every part benefits equally. Wow, isn't that incredible? That is very difficult for our tiny brains, our little brains, that can only think in separated terms to understand. What do you mean every time to each part of the whole that I offer joy or healing, every part of the whole benefits and benefits equally? How could that be? How could that be? Well, it can only be if we truly are one. And that's the whole point of this curriculum. The Course in Miracles says the one problem on earth with humankind is the belief in separateness, and the one answer is the fact of unity. Okay, that's the whole point of this curriculum, is the correction of the belief in separateness, that we're not connected, disconnected, that I am disconnected from you, that I am disconnected from this, and I am disconnected from them. That's the one problem. And the one answer is we are all connected, like in a web, like a spiritual network. And yes, our tiny split minds cannot understand that or conceive of that. But that's all right, Because since it's true, all we have to do is say yes with our whole heart. I say yes with my whole heart to the idea that there is no separateness. There is no separation. That we are truly one idea in the mind of God. We are one self, united with our Creator, at one with every aspect of creation. I say yes to that with my whole heart. I say yes to oneness. Okay? And notice I don't have to understand it. My little brain can't understand that. But I don't have to. All I have to do is let my mind's, my wholehearted, let my heart respond wholly and completely with no reservation. That's all that I have to do to have the healing that comes from that, and then to offer the healing that comes from that as well. So beautiful. Ashley says, what page are we on? Well, Ashley, that's a great question. We're in the annotated edition, which now you have. Isn't that exciting? Oh, stroke your new book for me. We are chapter 5, section 1, being wholly joyous. And we are on paragraph, what paragraph are we on? 3. Paragraph 3. All right. Great question, Ashley. I love it. And Les says, I love those deep, penetrating questions. All right, Les says, unity equals antidote to what? Separation from God, and number 2, separation from all creation. Exactly. So beautiful. So don't forget that. Every time you offer healing or joy to any one person, you literally offer it to all. Don't forget that. Don't forget that when your ego tells you to dismiss and discount yourself as a healer by telling you that you've only offered healing and joy to a handful of folks, and then they forgot about it or didn't appreciate it. So it says this. So because of what we're saying about every time you've offered joy or healing to one, you've offered it to all, what that really means is this. You are being blessed by every beneficent thought of any of your brothers and sisters anywhere. Woo! Okay. So just like every one of your loving, kind thoughts benefits everybody, everywhere, so do their loving, kind thoughts benefit you, no matter who's having it, or where around the world they are having, or whenever they had it. Wow. Okay, that's a big thought right there. So I'm just going to say that to myself, just so I really hear that again. I am being blessed by every loving thought of any of my brothers and sisters anywhere at any time. Okay. I guess that means that I'm totally blessed all the time in an infinite variety of ways I have no idea about all day long. I'm being blessed all day long, every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week and month and year of my life. Wow, I had no idea I was that blessed. Dang. Okay, yes, that's obvious, Anna. It's so obvious that you don't recognize how blessed you are. It's obvious by your depression. So, all right. Now, what if you believed that? Truly, think about that for a second. What if really you actually believed that that was true? That you were being blessed by every single loving thought of everyone, everywhere, at any time in the whole wide world. Wow. Okay. Now, would you be depressed? Probably not. Okay. Not only would you not be depressed, you would be radiant in your joy. And remember, what does your joyous radiance do to other people? They automatically want to, it promotes their own mind's natural impulse to respond as one. They want to join with you. They're going to respond as one with you. They're going to want to join you. Okay, wow. Now, that makes for a good time. When you're surrounded by people who are attracted to your radiant joy and they want to join with your radiant joy, and they can't help themselves but to want to join with your radiant joy, that makes for a good time. Okay, that's what we would call a good time. Now, right. Now, that's the ego's worst nightmare, but it's our good time. So, something to think about. You don't have to figure out how to have a good time. You don't have to figure out how to get people to like you. Don't have to figure that. Forget about trying to figure that out. You don't need to do that Dale Carnegie course about how to win friends and influence people. Okay, Course in Miracles is telling you how to do it. Without having to pay for an expensive course. This is how you do it. This is how you inspire people's natural impulse to respond as one with you. All right, you'll never be lonely, and your only problem will be how do I manage my time with all these beings who want to be one with me. And that'll be your only challenge. Okay, so remember that. Beautiful. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you. Okay. Now, it says, so, given that you are being blessed by every loving, beneficent thought of anyone, anywhere, everywhere around the world, he says, you should want to bless all those people in return out of gratitude. Wow. Okay, so if you really were perceiving correctly, if you really saw what was going on, if you had correct perception about how you're being blessed by every loving thought of anyone, anywhere, ever, then you really would want to bless everybody all the time, everywhere. You would want to bless people. You would have gratitude to them. You would want to bless them with your gratitude. I don't know you, but thank you. I don't know you, but thank you. I don't know you, but thank you. How you bless people for real is with gratitude, because gratitude is a correct perception. When you are experiencing gratitude, you are seeing correctly. Okay. So the Course in Miracles is telling us what's really going on in reality. What's the real deal? What's really happening? And it's nothing like what you thought it was at all. What you have seen, what I have seen when I looked around at the world was so much lack, so much competition, so much greed and control and lack and aggression and violence and lack. Ain't enough. Okay. So, in other words, what's really going on, what's real, what's reality, is that you are being blessed by every kind and loving, beneficent thought of anyone, anywhere in the whole wide world, anytime. That's what's really happening. And if you could see correctly, your joy would be wholehearted. You would be grateful with your whole heart, and with your whole heart, you would want to bless people with your gratitude, realizing that their loving thoughts have been blessing you and benefiting you, even while you were asleep, metaphorically and literally. Wow. So I would like to have correct perception. So when I study A Course in Miracles, I'm constantly reminded of the benefits to me of correct perception. And so, so now, even when I'm insane, which means not feeling grateful and seeing lack and not wanting to bless other people, but wanting to defend myself and compete with other people and judge other people and defend myself, because I've been studying A Course in Miracles, eventually I will go, oh yeah, I don't like the way I feel right now, so I must not be perceiving correctly. And so Spirit asked for the correct perception. And I'm asking it like, bleh, you know, I'm not asking it wholeheartedly. But still, never can that prayer go unanswered. Because the great corrector of perception is very attuned to that prayer, okay? Because Spirit was created to answer that prayer for correct perception. So even though I'm asking it wholeheartedly, like, oh, I must be wrong because I'm like the way I feel right now, I ask for correct perception, boom, I get correct perception and I come back to joy. I'm brought out of my depression where I've just been seeing lack, and I'm brought back to joy like that. And then I'm like, whoa, wow, okay. That was a miracle. I was really deep down in it, and I just half-heartedly asked for correct perception, then boom, the next thing I know, I was popped out of it, and I'm back to joy. It's a miracle, and that is what a miracle is. It's a shift in perception. So if you are looking out on the world, or on your life, or on yourself, and you are not experiencing wholehearted gratitude to everyone and everything, this situation and this person and everybody, then you are in need of healing. That is your need of healing, and you are in need of correct perception. And you don't have to correct your perception yourself, thank God, or else you wouldn't have gotten into your false perception. All you need to do is ask. All you need to do is recognize the obvious. I don't like the way I feel, so I must not have correct perception. And I would like another way of looking at this. What do I have to lose by asking? And that is the formula for a miracle. Beautiful. And then when you are brought back to correct perception, you will experience the gratitude to all of life and the source of all life. You will experience a wholehearted joy. You'll experience joy and gratitude with a whole heart because you'll be experiencing love. And then what happens then? The minds of the people around you will be benefited. It will promote their own mind's natural impulse to respond as one. And they will just heal around you. And maybe you didn't even open your mouth, but your radiance healed them. All right. So, guys.
Maybe that's what the Course is talking about when it says you just need a little bit of willingness.
That's, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Greg says maybe that's what A Course in Miracles means when it says that all you need is a little willingness. Exactly. That's what the little willingness is. It's a little willingness to recognize when you've got the symptoms of incorrect perception, and a little willingness to ask for correct perception. Beautiful. Now, okay, well, we're going to stop here for today. What an incredible section, huh? I mean, really, this section is just full of light, full of beauty and power, wholehearted. I really got that. Like, that's where the power is, and that's where the healing is, that's where the integration of body, mind, and spirit, the healing, the integration of the mind, is when your heart is finally wholehearted instead of split. Okay? A split mind, a split heart it makes for sickness. It makes for a need for healing. So we want to get back into a state of mind that is wholehearted, not half-hearted, wholehearted, so that we can wholehearted with joy, whole joy. We want to get back into a state of joy. Okay, we want to get back into a state of joy in any area where we're experiencing sickness. Because what do we hear about the sickness? That it is the result of not joy. It's the result of depression or fear. Whatever is the opposite of joy. Beautiful. I love it. And so Les says, let's join our joys, see correctly, sharpen our joy skills, see where this takes us. Right on, Les. Yes. I wholeheartedly say yes to that idea, Les. Beautiful. And now she says, I am grateful, God. Thank you. I'm grateful for you also, Ashley. Okay, so now we are going to just do the announcements, and then we're going to do the integration meditation. So, announcements are this. I do 2 live streams a week, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Mountain Daylight Time. I do that on Facebook, and I'm in the process of moving my Facebook classes over to YouTube so that you can watch my classes in a more organized and easy manner. Go to my YouTube channel and hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and that way you get notifications when I post. It also tells YouTube that these classes are valued, and so it puts it out to more people. And if ever there's some ideas that need to go out to more people, the Ideas of Course in Miracles is that. And also by doing that, it helps me to also make my way sooner to YouTube Live, which is a goal that I'm working toward. Beautiful. Also, I am a holistic psychotherapist, and I have a psychotherapeutic niche called Miracle Psychotherapeutics, where I offer one-on-one psychotherapy, holistic psychotherapy sessions for people who are Course in Miracles students, who would like some support going through whatever transition they're going through, but they want it from a Course in Miracles perspective, like I would. And so I'm available for that, and you can reach me to set up a session, Skype, Messenger, FaceTime, in person after the quarantine is over. You can either private message me on Messenger or go to my website, annakujawa.com, find my phone number and text me. That's the best way to reach me, is to text me, okay? Beautiful. And then Greg, my beloved, does a Course in Miracles and a Bible synthesis class live stream on Facebook every Tuesday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Beautiful, inspiring channeling every week. I love it. He's a magnificent channel for God. It's just healing just listening to him. So that is every Tuesday. And that's it. So, and welcome to Miracle Park. I hope to have you all here sometime to come experiencing joy and healing here. That's what this place is about. So soon we'll be opening our doors to people who need healing, to come and to experience healing, that whatever healing that they need. So just keep that in mind. Okay, if you need a healing place, come on down to Miracle Park. So, all right, now we're going to do the integration meditation, and then we're going to close up for this session. All right, so before we go, thank you so much for joining this healing circle. I appreciate you more than I can say. I thank you for joining your energy and using your precious time for this, and the world that benefits from us doing this. I thank you on its behalf as well. Our world is in deep need of healing right now. I'm sure you've noticed. Our planet has a very, very deep call for love going on right now. If ever there was a time for us to take our place among the healers of the world, this is it. And this is how we do it. So good job. Good job doing your part for the healing of the world. Good job joining with other healers to do it. The world is healed through us. Okay? It's not healed by something outside of us going, oh my God, you messed it up. Get out of the way. I'll take it from here. It happens through us. So I appreciate you all so much. And now we'll do the integration meditation. So why don't you go ahead and close your eyes and take a breath. And breathe and feel. How do the ideas of A Course in Miracles feel in your mind, your heart, your body? Breathe that feeling in and imagine that feeling setting, taking root within you. And let's remember this feeling so that when we wander, when we forget and lose our way and start walking to the darkness, we can remember this feeling. We let it be an anchor that pulls us back to our rightful place, to the joy that belongs inside of us. Beautiful. Now I want you to bring to your awareness a situation or a relationship right now where there is not joy, where you're not experiencing wholehearted joy, a wholehearted response. Where you feel split, conflicted, half-hearted, no joy, confused. Beautiful. Now, I want you to now look at this situation or this relationship with the intent of seeing it through new eyes. Now reinterpret it. And I want you to tell yourself, whatever story I've been telling myself about this situation, however it is I've been interpreting this situation, has not made me happy. And so it must not be true. I want another way to look at this situation. What can I lose by asking? Now, looking at the situation, I want you to say, this situation or relationship is an opportunity to gladden myself. That I refused in the past, and here it is come again. This is my opportunity to gladden myself, come once again. So that where I refused to gladden myself before in the past, I can choose again. And say to yourself, this is my opportunity to heal myself. This is my opportunity to heal myself. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to heal myself and to gladden myself. And take a breath. And I want you to say to yourself, I want to heal myself because I really want to get back to the joy that belongs in me. I hear A Course in Miracles saying that there is a joy that belongs in me, that is built into me, and I want to find that. I want to experience that joy. I'm tired of being depressed. I've been there, done that. I'm so tired of being depressed. It sucks, don't feel good, and it doesn't pay well. It has a very high cost to it. Body, mind, and spirit. I want to experience the joy that belongs in me. I want to experience that. And I want to find that joy that belongs in me because I want to heal others. I want to be helpful. I want to be a healing influence in the world. I want to be helpful in the world. And A Course in Miracles is telling me that I heal other people with my joy. So I want to find that joy that belongs in me so I can offer that joy, so that I can radiate that joy to others, thereby promoting their mind's natural impulse to respond as one. Beautiful. And now I want you for a moment to just imagine that you are being blessed by every kind thought that anyone, anywhere, at any time is having now or has ever had. I want you to imagine the kind of blessing that you're receiving right now. Like a waterfall, like Niagara Falls, you are being blessed by every kind thought that anyone ever, anywhere has ever had. Imagine yourself being blessed by every one of those kind thoughts of anyone, anywhere, anytime. That's a lot of blessing. And I want you to imagine that. Imagine yourself under a waterfall like Niagara Falls, a blessing that's coming to you from all over the planet. People you don't know will never know in person. And now, let's go ahead and bless them back. Let's offer our gratitude. Let's bless them all in return with our gratitude. So to all of you beings all over planet Earth and beyond whose kind thoughts are blessing me, I say thank you. I bless you with my gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That time when I got that miracle that I needed, exactly when I needed it, exact way I needed it, I didn't realize that it came from you, but I get it now. Thank you. That healing I received, that unexpected income I experienced, I realize that it came from you, and I thank you. Even though I don't know you in person, I still bless you with my gratitude. Thank you. I'm so happy in this moment that we're one. And I want you for a moment just to remember the value, your own value as the light of the world, as a light of the world. I want you to remember that anytime you have ever given a kind thought to one, anytime you have offered healing or joy to one, you have offered it to everyone, everywhere. And I want you to just for a moment remember your value to the whole family of God. I want you to, for just a moment, try to see yourself in reality the way God sees you. Spirit sees that every time you've offered joy or healing or kindness to anyone, you offered it to everybody. So you're a global healer. You are benefiting the whole world with every loving, kind thought. And I want you to feel that for a moment. And let that replace the lie of your lack of value. That's a lie. It's a call for healing. It's a call for correction. You are the light of the world. And breathe it in. Feel the truth. Feel the joy in that. Feel that joy with your whole heart. And let yourself be healed and integrated and made one and healed by that joy, that gratitude that you're feeling with your whole heart. Beautiful. It's wonderful. I appreciate you guys so much. Hey, and go ahead and share this on your Facebook feed if you would like to share this with others. So share the blessing. I appreciate you so much. And don't forget to go over to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time I see you.